The Pacific Ocean was calm, almost eerily so, its vastness stretching endlessly in every direction, the gentle rise and fall of the waves masking the tension that simmered just beneath the surface. Cutting through this blue expanse, the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group moved with silent purpose, a formidable force projecting American power far from home shores. The Lincoln itself, a floating city of steel and technology, was flanked by cruisers and destroyers, their radar domes constantly scanning the horizon for any sign of threat, their crews ever vigilant. Below the surface, hidden from view, a Los Angeles-class submarine glided silently through the depths, its presence a silent guardian, unseen but always alert, ready to respond at a moment's notice. On deck, sailors moved with purpose and precision, their daily routines a testament to discipline, training, and the unspoken bond that held the crew together in the face of uncertainty. The thunderous roar of FA-18 Super Hornets launching from the flight deck echoed across the water, a daily reminder of the strike group's overwhelming power and the constant readiness demanded by life at sea. Life aboard the carrier followed a steady, almost hypnotic rhythm, meals, drills, and brief moments of rest, but beneath the routine, everyone understood that the calm could shatter without warning. The mission was a routine patrol, a show of presence to ensure freedom of navigation in international waters, a task that seemed ordinary but was anything but. In the world of naval operations, routine is a dangerous word. Complacency can be fatal, and every officer knew that the unexpected was always lurking just out of sight. On this day, August 6, 2025, the sea appeared peaceful, bathed in the soft glow of sunrise, the horizon deceptively tranquil. But beneath the surface, the ocean hid its secrets, currents, shadows, and dangers that could emerge without warning. Among those secrets, a predator lurked, a Russian submarine, silent and unseen, closing in with calculated precision, ready to challenge the might of the American fleet. The stage was set for a confrontation beneath the waves, where silence and shadows would decide the fate of giants. Deep below the surface, where sunlight fades and the ocean becomes a world of shadows, the Russian Akula-class submarine Gepard stalked its prey with silent determination, gliding through the depths like a predator in the abyss. Its sleek black hull was coated with sonar-absorbing tiles, rendering it nearly invisible to enemy detection and allowing it to slip undetected beneath the waves. The mission was clear: get close enough to the powerful American carrier group to simulate a kill, a feat that would send shockwaves through military circles. The commander, a seasoned veteran and master of undersea warfare, expertly used the ocean's thermal layers and twisting canyons to mask his approach, weaving through the underwater landscape with precision. Inside the steel hull, silence was survival. Every sound, every vibration, could mean discovery by the enemy above. The crew operated under strict protocols: no unnecessary movement, no stray noise, every action measured and deliberate, their nerves stretched taut by the tension of the hunt. This wasn't about starting a war, but about sending a message, a reminder that Russia's submarines could still threaten American dominance, even in the modern era. For days, the Gepard shadowed the fleet, gathering intelligence, mapping the movements of its target, and building a detailed picture of the carrier group's defenses. The submarine was a ghost, moving just beyond the reach of sonar, always present but never seen, a silent shadow in the deep. The stakes were high, a propaganda victory for Russia if successful, and a critical test for the Americans, who prided themselves on their naval supremacy. The approach was slow, methodical, and fraught with danger. Every meter forward increased the risk of detection and disaster. The trap was being set in the cold, dark Pacific, where storms raged above and the ocean's secrets were hidden below. The Americans, confident in their technology, had no idea how close the threat had come, how vulnerable they truly were. The duel was about to begin, a silent contest of nerves, technology, and strategy beneath the waves. On the USS Preble, deep beneath the surface, sonar technicians listened intently to the ocean's symphony, a constant, ever-changing blend of natural and mechanical sounds that filled their headphones day and night. For hours, it was nothing but routine. The gentle hum of marine life, the distant echo of passing ships. Then, suddenly, a faint, metallic anomaly flickered on a screen, barely noticeable, but enough to catch a trained eye. A young technician, sharp and alert despite the monotony, flagged the signal. The chief petty officer leaned in, his experience telling him this was no ordinary blip. He ran the sound through a series of filters, isolating the anomaly from the background noise. The sound was intermittent, almost ghostly, appearing and vanishing as if it were playing a game of hide-and-seek with the ship's sensors. It could have been a biological blip, perhaps a pod of whales or a school of fish. But there was something unnatural about it, something that hinted at a far more dangerous presence lurking in the depths. The chief didn't hesitate. He made the call, possible submarine contact. The bridge snapped to attention, knowing that every second counted. Instantly, the strike group's network lit up with activity. Radios crackled, screens flashed, and the hunt was on. Every ship and crew member shifted from routine to high alert. The Preble maneuvered for a better angle, carefully holding back on active sonar to avoid revealing its own position. Stealth was now their greatest ally. Below the waves, the USS Boise, the group's own submarine, was quietly redirected to investigate the source of the anomaly, its crew moving with silent precision. Overhead, an MH-60 Romeo Seahawk helicopter launched from the deck, its rotors slicing through the air. The crew prepared to drop sonobuoys, ready to scan the depths for any sign of movement. The calm was broken. The chess match had begun. Every sailor felt the shift in the air, a mix of anticipation and anxiety. Every asset moved into position, spreading out in a coordinated search pattern, each one searching for the hidden threat that could be anywhere in the vast ocean. The first move had been made. Now, it was a battle of wits and nerves, with every decision carrying enormous weight. The Americans didn't know what they were up against, only that something was out there, watching, waiting. The tension in the command center was palpable, every face etched with concern. The ocean was no longer quiet. Its surface hid secrets, and the crew of the Preble braced themselves for whatever would come next. The strike group snapped to high alert, every move precise and practiced. Ships tightened their defensive ring around the Lincoln. The Seahawk helicopter hovered, dipping its sonar and deploying sonobuoys to create a web of sensors. Below, the USS Boise hunted in silence, listening for the Russian sub's unique signature. Data from ships, aircraft, and buoys fused into a single tactical picture. The net was tightening, the unknown contact was being cornered. American technology and teamwork shrank the sub's hiding place with every passing minute. The ghost was running out of room. The Russian commander realized he'd been detected. The Americans' coordinated response was unmistakable. The mission shifted. Now, it was about escape. The Jeepard dove deeper, seeking cold layers to mask its presence, and launched decoys to confuse the hunters. The Americans pressed in. Helicopters leapfrogged, destroyers triangulated. The Boise shadowed the Akula's every move. The duel was a tense battle of wits and technology. The U.S. advantage, a networked team, sharing data in real time. The Russian sub was alone, using every trick to slip away. For hours, the chase played out in the silent deep. Every maneuver was countered, every faint contact tracked. The Americans knew they faced a skilled adversary. The Russians knew they were hunted by the best. It was a deadly serious game of cat and mouse. The outcome was far from certain. With options dwindling, the Russian commander made a bold choice surface. The order stunned American commanders. Submarines are never more vulnerable than on the surface. The Jeepard rose, breaching the waves less than 10 miles from the Lincoln. Its black hull glistened in the sun, a defiant presence in the midst of the U.S. fleet. Russian sailors emerged, unfurling their naval ensign, a clear signal. We were here, and you found us. The cat-and-mouse game was over. Now it was a face-to-face standoff. The act was both a concession and a statement of confidence. The Americans watched, weapons ready but restrained. The Russian sub had proven its point. The confrontation had become a powerful message, broadcast in silence. The balance of power was on display for all to see. The ocean, for a moment, was a stage for naval theater. The world was watching, even if it didn't know it yet. The U.S. Navy's response was calm and professional. Flight operations continued, but with eyes on the surfaced submarine. The message, "We are not intimidated, and our mission goes on." In the CICs, sailors shifted focus to monitoring the surface contact, weapons ready but disciplined. The goal, de-escalate, not provoke. The young sonar tech who first detected the sub became the quiet hero of the day. His vigilance gave the fleet precious time. The encounter was a test of character as much as technology. Courage here meant restraint, teamwork, and trust in training. The greatest asset wasn't the ships or planes, it was the people. Their professionalism turned a potential crisis into a controlled victory. For an hour, the two navies faced off in silence. The Russian sub, flag flying, sat surrounded by American warships. No shots fired, no threats exchanged, just actions speaking volumes. Finally, the Jeepard dipped its ensign in respect, then slipped beneath the waves. The Americans tracked it until it faded into the vast Pacific. The crisis was over, but the lessons were clear. Both sides analyzed the encounter intensely. For Russia, it was proof their subs could still threaten the carrier group. For the US, it was a real-world test of anti-submarine warfare. The balance of power at sea had been reinforced, not overturned. The professionalism of the sailors on both sides had averted disaster. The silent standoff was over, but the competition beneath the waves would continue. The ocean's secrets remained, and so did the rivalry. This encounter was a wake-up call for the future of naval power. It proved that even the mightiest carrier can be threatened by a single, determined submarine. The need for advanced technology and relentless training has never been clearer. Layered, networked defense is the new standard. But technology alone isn't enough. Human skill and judgment remain vital. Modern naval confrontations are often tense, non-lethal standoffs, demanding restraint and professionalism. The oceans are strategic arenas, where vigilance is the price of security. The lessons of this silent duel will shape the future of sea power for years to come.